True your freedom.
Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15, your AK-47. We're not going to allow it to be used against our fellow Americans anymore. Hell yes, hell yes, hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15. Hell yes, your AK-47. Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15.
Oh, hell no!
Hell yes, we're not going to allow it to be used against our fellow Americans anymore.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. I'm John. I'm the host with the most. And folks, what I got to say is I have the most awesome audience ever. It's you guys. And I'm here early. I know I had to check in, improvise, adapt, be ready, because they're going to keep throwing shit at us anyways. I have had to folks, I swear I work 20 fucking hours a day. It is unbelievable. So here we go. I want to start right off the bat. And the reason I brought out old dummy Dusty Beto O'Rourke is because he's a moron. But he's indicative of the Democrat mentality we have in Washington, D.C., in the Davos World Economic Forum group, those jackasses. And I was heading back because I got to come back and then I got to go do a freaking bodyguard job. It'll be great. I love it. I love my job. Anyways, I got an email from Michael Brown, and I want to thank you for it, brother. You are all over this. He sends me this. A think tank called Hamilton 68 is labeling right-leaning Americans as Russian bots. That's right. You folks are bots. And the UN is proposing to arrest right-leaning citizens for, you guessed it, for having free speech. I mean, disinformation, inciting violence, and, of course, everyone together, hatred, hate crimes. One of my sources just posted this. What do you think is what Michael asked me. I tell you what, I've been listening and watching, and there are think tanks. Biden has think tanks. In fact, Biden was hiding information. Top secret, classified, shouldn't have information at one of his think tanks. So, for those who don't know, what is a think tank? A think tank is an organization supported by, well, people who donate money and want answers to political science questions. So basically, analysts, people that take in information and offer an opinion to politics. So in the Democrat Party, they have think tanks that look and go out and they survey people, they talk to people, they think about ideas, what is going to fly, what doesn't fly, and they, for a fee, offer this information to people like Biden, Pelosi, Schumer, oh yeah, Mitch McConnell, Romney, oh yeah, Kevin McCarthy, and say, you should say these things because it'll work, right? They're pushing political policy one way and the other. That's a think tank, folks. They can offer the same thing on terrorist groups, on legal issues, on college football for matters, right? They get paid to do that. So this think tank, Hamilton 68, would it be surprising, folks, that they want to label you as a Russian stooge, stoolie, even a computer bot, and then propose that we need to arrest you for disinformation? See, what they're trying to do is push this narrative all over you and America and destroy us. And this concept of free speech by claiming that hatred is illegal. I'm sorry, hatred is not a crime. Hating the enemies of America actually should be a virtue that can win you an award, a medal, a commendation, a certificate of awesomeness. Disinformation is not a crime. You're allowed to lie. In fact, the fucking government is allowed to lie in court. They're given a pass. They can perjure themselves because they're, I don't even know what they think they are. They think they're above the fucking law. So this, I tell you, Michael, this set me off, man. It set me off. Here we are. What do we have? Who do we have? We got Uman. Uman checked in. Okay. Unfucking believable. Now the reason I'm bringing up Michael's information right at the beginning is because it's that important. It ties in directly with this morning's commentary about Mad Maxine Waters and her saying that Republicans are domestic terrorists. Understand, folks, you have to adapt your thinking and be ready for these people. You can't expect them to deal with reality, to believe reality, to accept reality, and to work with reality. The leftists, the rhinos, all these people, folks, have abandoned reality for a fictional narrative that they're forcing down your throat. Just like if a man says he can get pregnant, he can get pregnant, and you can't argue with it. To argue with it, well, is disinformation. It might even be inciting violence if someone gets hurt because of your opinion. And it's certainly hatred. You see how they've lined all this up? So that you say something they don't like. They blame a problem on it, and then they say you have hatred and that's a crime. The UN, they can suck it. I don't care what the UN thinks. They want to propose arrest to right-leaning citizens. You mean people who like our Constitution? People who like our history, like our Americanism? Like the fact that it doesn't matter what fucking color we are, we can all get along. They don't like that. They want to separate, divide and conquer. This set me off huge. Set me off huge. So here we are, right? Here we are. You guys aren't quite here yet. If you've shown up now, rewind it to the beginning. You're not going to want to miss it. And all of this stuff. Powerful, powerful shit today. Unbelievable stuff that's going on in this country and around the world. Yeah, it's SHTF. No doubt, folks. Have no doubts. We've talked about cerveza bug. We've talked about the Jim Jones juice till we're blue in the face. As blue as this freaking shirt here, as if I were an oversized Smurf. And I'm not. We've said they've got to stop it. They've got to stop the lockdowns, the bullshit, the mandates. And the government's like, okay, no more masks and no more social distancing. We'll let you out, but you got to get the Jim Jones juice. And they're like, well, you don't have to, but you have to. We'll get you fired. You don't have to, but then you can't go shopping and get food. Fuck these people. In Australia, guess what? Down under, the health authorities are saying what? We need more Jim Jones juice boosters. The public is saying no. Once again, the power of the people and the power of the government. It should be the people higher and government serving them. Yet government thinks it is over the people with its authority. It is not. The Australian people better stand the fuck up now. They lost their guns for the most part. They've waived their rights practically over the pandemic. And now it comes down to, do you own your own body? They're going to do this in America, folks. They're not giving it up. They're doubling down. Doubling down. It's just unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. I just cannot believe how these people are thinking. I mean, get this, folks. Get this. I'm not even on the right fucking page, I tell you. Laws are for peasants. Once again, do you even own your own body? Or does the Lord of the land, the county, the state, the Fed, do they own you? Get this, folks. Hunter Biden had his laptop. Yet again, every day we're going to have another email sent out to us so that everyone sees, right? More crime, more crime. Hunter never filed as a foreign agent representing foreign corporations, foreign countries. He never filed a FARA, F-A-R-A application. But that's how he acted. He was on the board for Burisma. He was working with all these people that these emails are about. Yeah, I'll talk to the big guy for you. Don't forget your 10% has to be, just scraped off the top and pushed on over there, right? And the email, folks, even discusses breaking the FARA laws. Folks, the laws are for you and me. The people in D.C., they're above the law. This is outrageous. Where the fuck is the Attorney General, the FBI, the Department of Justice in general? Why aren't states suing the federal government over not doing their job and demanding in court writ of mandamus? Can get this guy. Where the hell is the investigation on Hunter Biden? Where the hell is the investigation on Joe Biden? Where the hell is McCarthy on impeaching Biden? over his association with his son, who is committing all of these crimes. And then Biden has the documents hidden in multiple locations that have been discovered, secret classified documents. It's a complete violation of law. Now, years ago, I remember that a Navy veteran was on board a submarine, took an innocent picture of equipment, the nuclear propulsion system, right? The nuclear reactor and then the propulsion system for the submarine. It's not like it's a big deal to the Russians. They got their own nuclear fucking propulsion systems. Anyways, he accidentally got a picture that had some of this stuff in the frame, and he was arrested, convicted, and thrown in fucking jail for taking a picture of basically a big steel pot, right? A pressure dome next to a fucking tank inside of a submarine. Big deal. Still, it's considered classified. Secret. We don't want our enemies or anyone else to see what our equipment looks like. He goes to fucking prison. Biden has boxes, reams, folders full of this shit. And then you got Hunter out here pulling his shit. Unfucking believable. I was ready yesterday to fist fight or fuck. I've had one hell of a week and it's already started, and I'm back at it again. Folks, I've been going at this rate and this level, sustaining this, because it's about destroying us mentally. It's about bringing us down. It's about wearing us out, defeating us through attrition. And that is why we need to condition ourselves physically and mentally. Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine as our preps, and a plan to deal with this shit. It's going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly. Fucking Mad Maxine wants to call you and me domestic terrorists, right? This fucking think tank, it wants to call you, right? Basically, they just want you arrested for misinformation. Oh, what about Antifa? What about BLM? What about all these teachers teaching lies about America? Isn't that hatred of America, hatred of white people, hatred of our culture, our race, our laws, our history? Why isn't that a crime? Unbelievable. Now get this. You want fucking lies and you want bullshit? You want something that should and ought to be a crime? Well, get ready. Here it is. Volodymyr Zelensky. That's right, the Presidente of Ukraine. He, on the day, folks, on the day Russia went into Ukraine, he sent out a government mandate, order, decree to destroy everything about Hunter Biden's Meta Biota company. That's right. Anything Hunter Biden was involved with. They've got fucking pictures of their buildings on fire. The fire was seen, right, inside the headquarters. They destroyed everything, Hunter Biden. They started hiding shit instantly. Let's see. Destruction of evidence of a crime is itself a crime. They want crimes. They want to create your free speech and turn that into a crime. They want to turn your Second Amendment into a crime. Hell yes, they want to come for your AR-15, your favorite pistol, your favorite shotgun, your daddy's shotgun, your grandpa's AR. You bet. They want to turn that into a crime. Breathing air, they want to turn it into a crime if you don't think the way they do. But hey, their crimes? Where's your evidence? We seem to have lost it, right? And guess what I think? Here's ultimately what I think of this. I think that the Biden criminal cartel has something to do with this.
Come on, man.
Here's what I think, folks. Here is the upshot. This is satirical theory. I think that Joe Biden is holding the United States of America and its people and the people of Europe hostage. I think they're holding us hostage. What do you think of that? They're saying, hey, you will not prosecute Hunter or me, and you won't go after the World Economic Forum or the European leaders who are all for war, anyone who's on the take in Ukraine, you will not investigate, prosecute, or do any such thing, or we're going to light off some nukes. How about that? How about holding the world extortion, right? In extortion, holding the world in extortion over World War III and a nuclear exchange. So they keep saying, hey, where's your evidence? Hunter hasn't done anything wrong. And we give them evidence. They're like, we don't see that. And if they even started, they say, well, you want World War III, you'll get it. So you will not come after Hunter. Hunter's protected. Joe is protected. All of these scumbags at the top who are continuing to push for more war with Russia when they should be working for a peace plan of some sort. Folks, even in Vietnam, fighting against communists, the U.S. had diplomats that were working with and trying to come to peace terms. Eventually, they abandoned Saigon. I mean, literally abandoning a war zone. Joe Biden has no problem doing that. Look at what he did in Afghanistan. He's got no problem abandoning a country that is fighting a war. Yet in Ukraine, he won't just walk away. Oh, no, we couldn't have that. We couldn't have Russia win, but he'll let the fucking Taliban win. It's unbelievable, folks. And it just continues. I swear there's a computer. I gotta be so gentle with these things. There's a fucking conspiracy to erase my shit. An MSNBC host, guess what she did? She took the Jim Jones juice. And guess what she got for it? Pericarditis and myocarditis, right? Enlarged heart, cardio problems, period. Guess what she blamed it on, though? She blamed it on having the common cold. The common cold caused her pericarditis and myocarditis, even though she's fully juicinated. So my ass, right? These people are hoes for Fauci and they're hoes for Biden. They're hoes for the Davos douches. Hoes meaning whores. They're absolute sellouts. They're absolute sellouts. People are dying left and right. They're pushing for World War III, but we're told, right, that they know what they're doing. And that, yeah, medicine is science now. When I've seen it's absolutely nothing to do with science. Now it's about agenda. It's all about agenda. And it is sickening, folks. I mean, get this. This is where these people are at. You and me, we're the bad guys. How dare you put out misinformation? How dare you incite violence, even though we're not asking for violence? It's the lefties out there over abortion, over an Antifa member getting killed. That wasn't Republicans going out and shooting and having chaos and riots and burning shit. Okay, that was leftists. But get this, folks, prayer outside of abortion clinics in England, in jolly old England, they want to make that a criminal offense under a new law that's being proposed. That's right. You are not allowed to pray. How the fuck does the government know you're praying? Are they inside your head? Do they know? I mean, you could sit here like this all day long, and this doesn't mean you're praying. It means you're holding your hands here. Where's your evidence? What constitutes a prayer? Okay, government, how do you know I'm talking to God? Maybe I'm talking to a fucking squirrel in the tree. Don't jump, little squirrel. How can they say? Even if you're mumbling words, mumbo jumbo, how can they determine that's a prayer? What is a prayer? Well, you could argue to the government. Does the government accept that there's a God? Right? If I'm praying and there's no God, then no one's hearing it anyways. Or is the government afraid that God is actually listening and is hearing the prayers and knows that the government's full of shit and lying and that they're killing babies? Prayer outside abortion clinics in the UK, illegal. Folks, even the Nazis didn't oppose prayer. Yeah, they went after Jews, they went after gypsies, they went after people they didn't like, but they didn't give a shit about prayer. Doubt me, look it up. Did the Nazis oppose prayer with criminal charges? Now, pray all you want. If you're Jewish, they're coming for you. It had nothing to do with the prayer. It had the fact to do with you were Jewish or a gypsy. or whatever. If you were a Pole, if you were a Czech, if you were French, if you were Swiss and you were in the country and you were not wanted, you would be arrested. It had nothing to do with praying, but now you're not allowed to pray. Now the government can say, you were standing there, you were being quiet, you weren't talking to anyone, we think you were praying. Do they have listening devices? Are they snooping on that hotline between you and the Almighty's ear? How the fuck do they know if you're praying or not? Do I have to pray out loud for God to hear it? Or can he hear my thoughts? Apparently he can hear thoughts even. Yeah. So I guess the government, they're going to have to get a search warrant for your brain. Unfucking believable, folks, what these jackasses are up to. I'm going to calm the fuck down. I've got another 27 minutes I can go. I'm going to see if we've got any questions in the comments section. We're going to do that. Okay. Uman. Is Uman on board? I don't know. Let me scroll down through here. I want to answer some of your guys' questions, see what you're talking about. Let's see. You guys get your questions in now. Get your questions in now. If I see a question pop up or Uman steps in, yeah, I did come in early. Yes, we're going to improvise. We're going to adapt. We're going to overcome. We're going to deal with this shit. Get this. Remember when I said that the defense for Sam Bankman-Fried, FTX turd extraordinaire, who stole what, 50 billion, 100 billion? We don't even know. People's money, stole it, laundered it in Ukraine, and paid off Democrats with it. Crime? I don't know. Anyways, get this, right? The defense said, hey, we want the people that are sponsoring him, protecting him, right? Bailed him out. We want the people who bailed out Sam Bankman-Fried. We want those to remain silent, secret. And the judge said, okay. And the fucking prosecutor agreed. Now, get this. Now the judge is ruling that Sam Bankman-Fried, those who bailed him out, should be disclosed by February 7th. What does this mean? Are they going to fry this guy? Is it time for him to have an accident? Is he going to be like Jeffrey Epstein and wake up dead? Are they cutting him loose? Did they get the information they needed? All the passwords? Did he log into his shit at home? The control of all these secret codes and shit that have to do with cryptocurrencies, right? Crypto, mystery, cryptocurrency, mystery money, mystery tokens, whatever you want to call them. It's just unbelievable. And this just came in also. This is just terrible. I have grown up as a young man. In fact, a guy I know right now, one of our call signs when I see him is woo, right? Like Nature Boy Ric Flair, woo, right? Also, Hulk Hogan. Well, guess what? Hulk Hogan can't feel his lower legs. Hulk Hogan has been just an amazing super athlete. Folks, he looked old to me when it was like 1980, and I don't have any idea how old he is. I know he's older than I am, right? An incredible athlete. All right. You got something from Blue Cord Devil. An incredible athlete. Had the nerves cut from his lower body. You can't feel his lower body. It's just terrible news, right? Hulk Hogan, legend, living legend. Unbelievable. All right. Blue Cord Devil says, when you talked about the VAERS the other night, when I was a firefighter, all of the doctors I knew wouldn't fill out that form because it took 30 minutes at a minimum. That's why VAERS sucks. What we're talking about there is the system for tracking injuries that have been sustained as a result of taking the Jim Jones juice. So what Blue Cord Devil is pointing out is that you are going to get an under-reporting based on the amount of work that they don't get any fucking money for. Now, these fucking evil doctors and hospital pricks who pushed all this shit on us, well, if they said you've got the Jim Jones juice, they got $35,000 for it. And they got a shit pile more money if they said, hey, you're so sick, you got to go get on a ventilator. Remember that shit? but they don't get shit for posting that people are injured. So it is only good doctors doing their jobs, being responsible. That's the only way we have to find out. So yeah, one's going to be over-reported, who's got it, and the other is going to be under-reported because it's not worth taking the time. There's no incentive. Thank you, Blue Cord Devil, for bringing that back up. Remember, they're going to say, well, there's only 300,000 people injured, in America, and it's a percentage-wise. Percentage-wise, it seems to me to be higher than those who got the cerveza bug and then took it. Fuck them. Fuck them. Let's do this. Folks, the left-wingers, that is the Mad Maxine Waters, the United Nations, the World Health Organization, the Bidens, Pelosi, DC, the whole scumbag lot of them. They're going so far left, so far fast, so hard that they're even attacking each other. Right? They're even now attacking poster boy for stupidity, Bill Maher. And I'll tell you what, he's got that show on HBO. I actually enjoy listening to him because at times he criticizes the left. And it's interesting that when he does so, he does it with logic and reason. Why can't they use logic and reason all the time? It's just that he disagrees with them. So now he's going to pull out the brain, right? He's like, hey, pulls out his bigger brain. He's like, I'm going to fucking can these people. I don't agree with their idea, right? They use they use selective logic. When it works for them, they'll use it. When the left doesn't want logic, they abandon it for fantasy. Anyways, Bill Maher goes on CNN. And of course, the mainstream media is calling him a comedian. But, when you watch his show, if you agree with his left-wing lunacy, then he's a serious commentator, right? Just kind of like the fucking Joe with John, what's his face? The fake comedy show. It was Jon Stewart. There we go. Anyways, CNN sucks. So they're trying to maybe possibly bring in Bill Maher from HBO, but he's been accused of propping up and supporting right-wing culture. And even though he is an extreme socialist, I think he even calls himself a socialist, Bill Maher. This is the world we're in, folks. There's so much going on, folks. There's so much going on. There is a tennis star from Belarus, right? And he's had enough of being questioned, right, about politics. He's a fucking tennis player who's playing tennis down in Melbourne, Australia. But the journalists there, who are absolutely woke and out of their fucking gourds, keep asking this guy, I guess his name is Victoria Azarenka. I'm sorry, it is a she. It just happens to look like a cross between Sean Penn and Bjorn Borg. Anyways, she's had enough. They've politicized sports to the point where we don't want to watch it. Well, you know what I say? I actually say good. I fucking had enough of sports anyways. I'm in my 50s. I'm not a kid. I don't need to play games. Right? Life isn't about playing games. But they introduced politics into sports, and now it's divided sports. It's ruining sports. Fine. Fine. Okay, folks, where's your questions? Put them down below. Get them in. Anyways, this athlete, right? They've had enough of this. They want to be, they want to be accepted as athletes. They don't want to play these games with these people. So the reporter says, there's been a lot of scrutiny about a lot of the Russian and Belarusian players here. Is it difficult for you when you go out there to put all those things out of your mind? Do you think there are other players who get impacted by it? And Azarenka she says, I don't know what you guys want us to do about it. Like, talk about it. I don't know what the goal here that's continuously brought up in these incidents, in my opinion, have nothing to do with players, but somehow keep you dragging players into it. What's your goal here? Basically calling him out. Well, we just want you to clarify your position, right? Does it frustrate you to be asked that, And so Azarenka kind of kashings them. Whatever the answer I'm going to give you right now is going to be turned whatever you want it to turn it to. So does it bother me? What bothers me is there are real things going on in the world, and I don't know. Are you a politician? Are you covering right? This is great. It's wonderful. They're calling them out. See, folks, right now there's people who want to go to sleep, and then there's people who are waking the fuck up. The media is continuing to try to put people into their sleep, trying to hypnotize people into believing their shit. What they're actually doing is they're waking more people up, right? They woke us up. We're just normal tax-paying regular humans, and all the shit they did woke us up. Then they said, well, that's not enough. We got to ruin the economy. We got to do a pandemic. All they're doing is waking people up, but they're pushing for their control. They're pushing and demanding the control. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. What do we got here? We got some questions. I can't read as I'm doing this. I got too much shit. Charlanator says, I started watching American Blackout, and it gives you things to think about in a grid down situation. Folks, it is a great show, the Grid Down Blackout. I remember watching it fucking years ago. Thank you, Charlanator. Now, the deal with the Grid Down Blackout is it talked about and showed different people in different situations, urban, rural, and prepper, too. A prepper who had someone in his shelter, right? Prepper shelter. And we've got to protect ourselves. We got to do this. We got to do that. And basically, it went through a couple of scenarios having to do with how are people going to behave. You see, I want you to have all those items you need, right? Plus this one. You need those things and your plan. But your plan needs to incorporate an account for the absolute lunacy that other people represent. Right? We have to know what they're going to do. If you don't do that, you're going to be surprised by it. So how do we know what people out there who are dangerous to us think? Well, who are the dangerous people? They're those who don't think like you. Well, what do they think? You have to go to these news stories that we're reading to find out what the fuck the people are being told by the mainstream media, right? Why is it that people are mad at me about the Jim Jones juice? I almost said the V word. Why is it? Well, the media is telling them it's my fault that they're getting sick because they took it and they keep getting sick, but we're not. So somehow it's our fault. So if I don't cover this shit, nobody knows, right? We don't know. I mean, you can know. You can do your own research, and by golly, I want you to. But that's why we come here to talk about all of the different events: politics, military, social, education, legal, everything. So we know what they think. So when then shit goes down and it goes bad, we know what's in their little fucking brains. So we can take the appropriate steps and plan for it. Anyways, that's where we're at. Now, some information supposedly was leaked that the FBI searched Biden's office at Penn Biden Center in November. Well, that is his think tank. Well, wait a moment. November, that was before the election. See, they've been hiding everything. They're hiding everything. Charles Gentry checks in. He says, I wonder if the powers that be are waiting for the Jim Jones juice drop-offs to reach a certain point before they pull the trigger fully. There's a lot of speculation in this area, Charles. What are they really planning? What's their idea? Where are they going with this? You know, what is it that they're really after? It's incredible. I think there is a very serious plan, and they're in the middle of it. Now, I don't think that they're all powerful. I don't think that they're masterminds. I just think that they have an agenda. Is the agenda get as many people hooked on this shit as possible to completely divide the people in a nation between those that obey and those that want to be free? Is it all of those things? Are they going to offer another pandemic? And this is where I think it is going on. They need all the Jim Jones juice people kapowed, right? They want them out of the system, literally off the fucking planet, right? But for all those who took the juice and are just more sickly, they're weak, they're not feeling good, they're more susceptible to disease, now they can reintroduce the next strain, and it won't affect you and I, not the way they want it to, right? Just the way they were saying, hey, this cerveza bug is deadly. It's deadly. It kills people just like that, you know. And we're like, oh, okay, what do you want, you know? Well, if they have a bunch of people in the population, if 50% of the population has weaker immune systems, if they re-release the next cerveza bug that is no more deadly to me and you than the last one, and by the way, we have horse paste and zinc and vitamin C and vitamin D, right? We basically know how to take care of ourselves with it. But those that are weak, the half the population, 50% of the population that's taking that shit, they will be more susceptible to it. So just introducing another variant can offer, right? It can scare the hell out of everybody because half the population is now sick in the hospital. Now, if you're pureblood, if you've got a strong immune system, if you have the appropriate medications that preppers have, duh, we're stupid, right? Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm stupid. That's why I'm not fucking sick. Yeah. We could see, folks, big trouble, a big old trigger pull. But guess what? Those politicians who never took it, guess what? They're not going to get sick. Why would they? Why would they? Because, you know, they're just like us. They didn't take it. In fact, they probably have their own. They probably have their own super duper horse paste. Okay. Tucker Carlson stepped up and he decided to talk to and cover and make aware everyone that there is a strange problem with the food processing plants. This destruction of. Folks, now that story is in mainstream America. Mainstream America is aware. Tucker is not breaking brand new news. You and I have been watching this for months and months and months. Yes, there was a lot of panic. Yes, there's a lot of hyperbole. Yes, there's a lot of exaggeration, but there's also, that many food plants, whether they're small or large, whether it's vegetables or whether it's chickens and other processed foods. There's been way too many fires. And I'm glad Tucker Carlson is now examining it. People are waking up. They're becoming aware. Charles asks, who were the first to get jabbed? What positions do they hold in our society? Well, the first one we saw jabbed on TV, she passed out minutes, if not just seconds later, and apparently never came back. They had a girl who looked kind of like her with a mask on her face a few days later, but an examination of her eyebrows. Any eyebrow specialist would say that ain't her. Can't change your eyebrows like that. Anyways, we're going to find out the positions that they hold in our society. Those who are jabbed, well, they are doctors, firefighters, police, military, anyone who has government contracts. A lot of people got the Jim Jones juice, folks. People were scared. Teachers, people in big corporations like, woke Coca-Cola and other companies. They said, you will go get it. It's your civic duty. Right. You know, we've all unibrow. Thanks, Mikey. We've all learned to distrust the media. And CNN is continuing to fail, folks. It is now at its lowest rating in the last decade. I don't know why anyone even turns. I don't even watch it anymore, folks. I even though, you know, you could watch it. It's unbelievable what's happening. We've got a battle in government up in Washington, D.C., and I'm very happy about it. I'm very happy about it. Let me tell you what it is. Congressman Jim Jordan, is trying to do something. Now, I believed and I've understood that as soon as the Republicans took control of the House of Representatives, that there wouldn't be any cooperation with them, that they would be stonewalled and jacked around, and they ought to file contempt charges against anybody in the government who refuses to comply with their subpoenas. So Jim Jordan has a request for Biden's classified documents. Well, the Department of Justice is saying, no, you can't have them. They won't comply with them because it's an ongoing investigation. It's funny how an ongoing investigation can fuck us up, but we can't find out what their investigation is about. They can claim anything's about the investigation. Well, we can't tell you about the problem with the chicken ranches catching on fire because we have an ongoing investigation into Paul Pelosi's house. Those two don't even match. They're non sequiturs. Oh, you don't know that. It's an ongoing investigation. And since it's an ongoing investigation, we can't tell you anything about it, but we can use it to keep you at bay, and you don't get to know shit because we have an ongoing investigation into the school lunch program, which might have something to do with both Paul Pelosi and burning chickens. Right? They just don't care anymore. They'll use anything as an excuse. Right? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Where are we at in this world, folks? I got another 6 minutes here. So I want to cover this statement and then wrap everything up. The slim one, he says, went to the doctor's office today. Everyone masked up, not talked to me. To the doctor 15 or so after 5 minutes, he took off, all so suspicious. Man, you gotta write these so I can read them a little better. Everyone masked up, didn't talk to me. 15 or so after about 5 minutes, he took his off, all so suspicious thoughts. Man, I just can't make hide nor hair of what you had to say there, man. What it sounds to me like is the people in your doctor's office are all masked up. Now, that doesn't surprise me, and I'll tell you why. Because before the pandemic, the doctor's offices were basically populated with people who are hypochondriacs, who want to be sick. They want to be viewed as sick. They're strange. They are medical martyrs. And I've known a lot of people who are essentially, right, sickies. Anyways, Slim One, I really wish I could have addressed that better if I understood exactly what was going on in that doctor's office. Sad to say, doggone it. You rushed in your typing too fast. Maybe you can get it up before I'm done again. Get it retyped out. So get it retyped out, Slim One. I want to know what the hell is going on. I know physicians. I know physician's assistants. I know nurse practitioners. And I don't know if they understand. Some of them understand my political leanings and that I have social media. So they may be quiet about that. They don't want me to quote them. And I don't think I would do that to Dr. John or Dr. Phil or Dr. Bob or any of the other doctors that I know, that I give pseudonyms to, like Dr. John. But I guess the point is that they're very careful. And there's an interesting reason why, right? Doctors are being threatened. If you talk about the weakness of the cerveza bug, or if they talk about the danger of the Jim Jones juice, they're still having their licenses revoked. Folks, that is a form of censorship. It is medical tyranny and medical terrorism to tell these guys, these professionals, that their opinions, they don't get to use them. They're being held under duress, right? You will not say anything or we'll take your license. That is professional duress. Unfucking believable. They're trying to hold the entire world and country hostage. I mean, get this. In Manhattan, which is New York, folks, like New York City, the district attorney is doing what? He's presenting the Trump Stormy Daniels hush payment case to a grand jury. Why? Because they are trying to smear him again. Trump is developing a lot of trying to kill his his momentum, his political charge. Whether you like Trump or not, it doesn't matter. It's easy to see what the left is doing. They're trying to crush him and destroy him, and they're bringing out another case that was thrown out in the past, right? Thrown out in the past. Unbelievable. They're trying, this is what they do. They want to destroy you, me, and everyone. That is their goal. That is their plan. They want to silence us. It's just too much. It really is. I want to thank everybody for coming in. I know it's been a weird day. I started the show early. Go back to the very beginning and start from there. It is incredibly powerful, and I went through everything very, very quickly, knowing that I have a limited time today, and I will definitely be back for Zero Dark 30 tomorrow with some more mind-bending, splitting shit that if I open it now, it's a can of worms and I'll never get out of here. And then I'll be in very, very big trouble. But folks, there's nothing that I have to say that can't wait till tomorrow. Why? Because you're already prepared. Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense. You already have a plan. Have a good evening, right? Have a great day. Stay prepared. Enjoy your life, but stay prepared. That's why this only takes 1 hour a day. We go through it very quickly, and we cover a lot of information. Thank you, Blue Cord Devil. Thank you very much. Thank you to all who are supporting. Thank you to those who are making contributions on CashApp and PayPal. Thank you very much. Everything goes, folks, to keeping me right here in this seat in the hollowed out tube, affectionately known as the bunker. And tomorrow morning, I will blast out of the bunker, Zero Dark 30. Until then, folks, keep it real. Keep it between the lines. Chance favors the prepared mind is yours. Semper Fi and Godspeed.